5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Broadcasting worldwide from Paine Studios in Cornwall. This is the Wal Of Paine show on Phluid FM.
Well, we are here this evening in some form or other. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Maybe if someone's on the chat rooms, they can let us know. Myself here, Steve, and we've got Neil lurking in the background. Got a very drooping microphone this evening.
We have, haven't we?
Must be the hot weather. I don't know what's going on. I'll tell you what, we'll share with the people what's going on this evening, what's not going on this evening. We're trying to get a Zoom. Well, there's a few things that have gone awry. Where do we start?
We were supposed to be doing the Wal of Paine show, but we've had a bit of
pain ourselves.
We've had a bit of pandemonium in the Paindemonium.
We have.
Studio.
I don't know what's going on.
So we've commuted to what would be the Wal of Paine
the satellite studio, which has turned into the Shatterlight studio this evening.
And then we...
Look at my microphone, look at it. I need your purple sock on it.
We haven't even had a drink yet.
I know, we're going to have one in a minute, I think.
I think we've heard
hopefully this is all coming out, and it may well be quality, cracking radio.
I don't know. I do have to apologise to everybody who may have tuned in, because we were going to have Luke Middleton on Zoom. Obviously, we can't get Zoom.
That is where the problem starts. Not with Luke so much, with Zoom.
So I've WhatsApped Luke, and I've said, look, I think we're going to have to commute that to next week, because we could do a phone in, but that possibly might crash your system, Steve.
I don't know what's going on in my system at the moment. It worked last night.
If anybody's out there, please let us know that we are broadcasting. Otherwise, it's just two blokes talking to ourselves and getting drunk.
That's not a bad call, actually. To be fair, I've not heard back from Leo that we're not working.
No,
so I can't hear a thing in my headphones, but that's not a bad thing.
No. I mean, I can hear a little bit, but
I think what we'll do is
should we just play an album?
I think we're just going to.
Should we play Metallica's Black Album and then we'll go out on the deck in?
It's very true, actually. It's a bit of prog rock, just a whole prog rock album. I'm going to play a very appropriate track, I think, for now. Well, I tell you, I don't know what's going on this evening. It's
Andrea's just walked up. WhatsApp? Do I have to watch this for 2 hours?
It is different this evening.
Oh, crikey, isn't it just different? Well done, though, Steve. Well helmed.
Well, I don't quite know what is going on.
Well helmed.
Is helms the word?
It is now.
What time do we start Tipple of the Week?
It feels like...
I'll tell you what.
It feels like we've started.
It all worked. You bring a drummer into the equation. I'm going to bring some sticks. You can hit things in a minute.
I was the one that told you to turn the desk
That was very true.
Come on.
We had a very technical issue. I couldn't hear myself on the desk, and then Neil goes, "We'll turn these two controls up."
At least we know we can get Andrea on the phone for a quiz.
We can do.
So we will have a quiz and we will have a tipple.
What is the quiz? How does Zoom work?
Yeah, is it A?
No,
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
B.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Anyway,
terrible.
Send your questions to Neil and Steve.
Exactly. We can't answer them. We can't return any of your photographs or paintings, but we'll stick them up on the wall. That was all Tony Hart, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do send us in your pictures, Picasso and Monet. We can't return any of them.
We're going to flog him at auction instead.
I think
speaking of Tony Hart, we have morphed into chaos this evening.
It was supposed to be the Wal of Paine. It's the Wal of Prout. Now it is the Wal of Chaos.
It is just a whole world of pain this evening.
World of Pain, that's
pain.
more.
Forget World of Sport. Dickie Davis, I've got the white hair for it. Got some little secretaries behind typing things up.
Where's that to?
Exactly. So what do you know? How's your week been? Forget about Zoom. Forget about technicalities. Forget I can't hear myself at the moment. I'm sure it's all going out live.
Send in your requests.
Yeah. It was nearly the sound of silence earlier. It was nearly Simon and Garfunkel at their very best.
Right. Anyway, what a fantastically sunny week it's been, Steve.
Hasn't it just?
Yes.
Going to rain the weekend, though, apparently.
Oh, well, we're up at Oxford over the weekend, so it can rain all it likes here as long as it's sunny in Oxford, because we're brick building.
Brick building? What, making bricks or building with bricks?
Build the latter. Building with bricks. You don't need technology for sand and cement.
Can you lay bricks?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes.
You should have told me that.
Why?
What's your block laying skills like?
They're as good as studio setup skills.
Folks, you've heard of crazy paving, we got crazy bricklaying.
Absolutely.
That's quite impressive, actually.
I don't mind doing. I'm not by any standards a brickie, but I do like a dabble.
He's a dabble.
I like a dabble,
He
and
dabbles
Tom,
with his mortar.
our son-in-law, wants me to show him how to build a brick wall. So we also phoned our best friends, the Squances, and they're coming round. And Tom is providing sand, cement, and bricks. I am providing pipeline lager and Korev.
Can't go wrong there.
Paul is providing Hawkstone lager from the Jeremy Clarkson stable.
I'm surprised he's got any left. He gave a load to the F1 driver, didn't he?
I don't know,
Who
but
was it?
apparently it's like hen's teeth to get hold of, and Squancy's managed to do a brewery tour and get us some. So I should be bringing a couple down for Tipple of the week.
I'm going to get this wrong. Esteban Ocon, who I think drives for Alpine, apparently Clarkson said jokingly, if you get in the top 10 this season, I'll buy the whole team a beer. And he thought 50 beers, job's a good one. He ended up going down to the factory with wagons of barrels of beer.
Did he?
Apparently he cleared his brewer out. The brewer was working 24/7 to keep up with demand.
Well, apparently you couldn't get this Hawkstone until the 3rd of July, so that's potentially
Probably
why.
why,
But Paul's
because
managed to get some and put it on on a back burner.
It's all gone to the F1 team.
Bloody hell.
I know.
So if they don't get enough perks.
Exactly.
Hey, we could play the ding, 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 ding,
We could, couldn't we? We
What's
might play
called?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
The Fleetwood Mac one. The Chase.
Not
the Chase.
Oh, nearly had it then.
The
No,
race.
It's not Tusk, is it? That's a
It's not Tusk. Yeah, but it's nothing to do with the Formula One, Steve.
I don't care.
But,
we'll find it, actually.
But we had so much going on tonight, didn't we?
We did,
were going to
didn't
Zoom
we?
with Luke Middleton.
We did.
We were going to
We might still
play
have a Zoom
loads of
with
new
Luke.
music.
We might still have a Zoom.
We were
with
going to
him.
have to. Well, we might still get a Zoom. We're definitely
Audio.
going to have Tipple.
Yeah.
And
I
we're
need a flipping. I should have started half hour ago.
And we're definitely going to have a quiz.
What music, Jeff? We've only got a playlist this evening.
I've got a playlist. It's
What-
on here.
what you
Let me
got?
see
What
what
you
I
got?
would have had, Steve.
What we'd do,
on our playlist. Well, I was going to play a bit of One Step Ahead, Jack Johnson off the new In Between Dub album, which is like a load
one
of
step beyond.
a load of Jack
One
Jack
step
Johnson tunes that hip hop artists and whatever have got together and remixed on a new album called In Between Dub, as opposed to In Between Dreams. Make sure you get that. You've got to get the one off of In Between Dub.
Franklin. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's the new album.
Oh.
So you need to search In
I need to
Between.
What you're getting here, folks, this evening? See, normally we do a thing called show prep, where we actually prepare our show and have all the music set up.
I don't.
This evening,
That's the one. How's that work? How's that work?
We're just going to press that, and we're going to get.
And you
to
want
it. So it's
and you want In Between, One Step Ahead. Sorry.
One step ahead,
There you go.
which is
The scientist dub.
Scientist dub. We need some
So we'll have
scientists
that,
in
and
here.
apparently we've set up a new link to get Luke on.
We need some boffins. We need men in white
Oh,
coats.
don't we
Actually,
just?
they'll probably take us where they're coming in white coats on.
Yeah.
Let's have some of this. It is Jack Johnson. It was a little bit.
It's nice and chilled out, isn't it?
It was. What it reminded me of was the Bad Boys. Bad Boys. That sort
Boys,
of.
what you
gonna
gonna
do?
yeah.
What you gonna do?
There
I'm
you
not going
go.
to start singing because
We're off to see him next Friday down at Eden Project. It's going to be beautiful.
Oh,
if the
there's some
weather's
good
like
gigs
this.
down there, isn't there?
Yep.
Cracking bit of giggies down there.
Couple of years, well, not
Must
yeah,
get down there
possibly
at some point.
18 months ago. Me and Charlie, our guitarist from the
Yeah.
band, we went to see The Script.
Oh,
That was a good gig.
splendid,
Yes,
splendid.
Andrew's never been to a gig at Eden. We've seen Jack. What are we doing there? Look, we're
No, that's okay.
hello.
We're on delay
She's
there.
seen Jack Johnson before, and we've seen Jack Johnson before back in Plymouth. But Andrew's never been out to Eden,
Excellent.
so it'd be quite nice.
That'd
So
be
let's
good,
just
that'd be
hope
good.
it's like this. And for all the lifts that we've always given to our youngest daughter Claire,
She is going to repay you and take you down there.
well, we've got her a ticket, and we've said the proviso is that you don't have to pay me back for the ticket, but you're driving.
Excellent. Designated driver.
And Andrew and I are
Can't
designated
complain.
drinkers.
You can't have that.
I'm giving up on this Zoom.
Is it works?
No,
Is it not?
it's absolutely hopeless.
Should we start? No one did. Just talk rubbish next hour. And
What
a
we'll
half.
do is what we'll do to rescue the entire situation is we'll get Andrea on the phone and we'll have a quiz.
We will. A bit of
Yeah.
whatever the word is. I'm trying
Luke
to
has
think of.
come back in and he said he's hanging on.
He's hanging.
So I say stop hanging on.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got to get to a point where you go, no, come on.
Stop hanging on.
Enough's enough. He's got better things to do of a Thursday evening, really, hasn't he? You would hope.
We are nothing but professional.
We are nothing.
It's not.
We're not professional.
We are nothing if not professional.
I don't know what
I'm
I've done at
gonna
my
say.
studio. People are going to be bored of hearing about this, but it's something that's gone drastically wrong.
It has. So shall I phone Mrs. Wall.
Yeah,
and we'll have a quiz.
Let's have some music in the meantime. A bit of madness, I think, because it is madness this evening.
It's definitely madness.
But hey, they can't touch us.
I'm enjoying it though.
They can't touch us now.
No.
What's going on?
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying myself though.
It's fun,
No,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's,
So
what
even
we need is a bit of this. Bit of Oktoberfest. Early Oktoberfest. We're going for Tipple of the Week. I don't want to put his cunts. I can't leave a damn thing in them this evening.
Well, we were going to go. See, even the quiz has fallen apart because we live on, as you know, Church Street North. So the clue is in the title. We live next to the church, and every Thursday night,
North was a clue.
every night they ring the bells.
No.
And they are shit. Honestly, they are really shit.
Quasimodo.
Yeah. And so we're going to have the quiz, and Andrea said, "Can we?" What's that?
That's the link for your phone, which I've taken out for the time being.
Oh, okay.
So I can play Oktoberfest underneath.
So she said, "Can we have a tipple first?" Because we just started ringing the bells.
This has got a bit of thing, hasn't it? The good lady enforcing a tipple.
Absolutely.
Can't go wrong, can you?
And of course, because we've diligently done all the research on this,
of course, so much prep this week,
haven't we? Because Leo was doing all the research for the tipple, so I brought their website up. So we'll rehearse.
We should
rehearse.
We shall.
We'll research. I mean, whilst
I've got to say, the chat room is open this evening.
I've got to say, this is pretentious.
Sandy is in the chat room this evening.
Hello,
I'll tell
Sandy.
you what, we had last night in the chat room. Right, Alan Plum was in.
Yeah.
Right. And I think someone's taken the mickey, a guy called Hugh Janus. So we had Alan Plum.
And Hugh Janus.
Alan Plum discussing his swollen plums in the heat, and he was using a takeaway box to bathe them in.
Good grief.
You don't need more information than that, really, do you?
No, that's absolutely shocking.
Not good. So, yeah, what do you know about Red Stripe then?
Well, I'll tell you what I know about Red Stripe, Steve. I should just pretend to... So, ever since 1918, Thomas Hargreaves Geddes and Eugene Desnos formed Desnos and Geddes Company Limited.
Ah, well, there you go.
Setting the stage for the historic inception of Red Stripe beer. The very first Red Stripe branded beer was brewed in 1928. Yeah, becoming a milestone in Jamaican history. What a time to be alive, they all probably said. I thought probably was Carlsberg strapline.
Yeah,
Probably was.
Right there,
Probably am. In 1938, just before the outbreak of the war, quite appropriate music, Peter Desnos and Paul Geddes join us and take over the family business whilst Red Stripe continues to fly in Jamaica. This is actually a really good timeline.
It's not bad, yeah.
If all the brews that we did had this...
We wouldn't do any research at all, would we? It doesn't say it on the can, unless I can't read any on the can.
1962, Steve, when you were born.
Yeah, of course. Rude.
Jamaica, well, you always rude to me.
It's very true.
Get my own back while I'm over in your studio.
It's very true.
Jamaica gains independence from Britain.
Didn't know.
I didn't know that we even had dependence on Britain.
Every day's a school day.
Hefty amounts of Red Stripe were consumed in the process. I bet they were. 1965, getting closer to my birth date, the Red Stripe stubby bottle was introduced, proof that good things come in small packages. 1970, the year after I was born.
2 years before I was born.
Oh, sorry, you were 72. I got you down to 62.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've aged in this studio. It's the stress.
I had dark hair when I started this evening.
Great beer starts popping up in the UK. You're welcome.
Can we get on with on Thursday?
Yeah. 1990.
Yeah, don't forget about that. That's all
Red Stripe,
and bucket hats.
Yeah, 2003, and all of that goes on.
Yeah,
so
they bought a van.
Red Stripe becomes part of Heineken in 2015.
Never
In
mind.
2016, they teamed up with somebody else. And in 2023, I got hold of a couple for you and me. That's not on the website, but there you go.
It should be on the website.
So I can. This is a massive pint can. This can is huge.
It is, and
It says serve ice cold. It's pretty cold because it came out of our fridge. I always do this with a can. And I've got a friend called Steve, and he always says, "Why do you tap the can?" I said, "Stop it frothing up."
Very
And
true.
it really bugs him. So I do it more like that when I'm drinking.
it's like the
Steve.
old what was it? The chocolate, Terry's chocolate tap it and unwrap it, isn't it?
Tap it and unwrap it. So
We're going to go on the mic.
let's go on the mic.
Well,
Shall we go 3, 2, 1, open?
I think so.
Is it going to be
What?
like a massive event like Oktoberfest, or is it going to be a little bit of a flat affair like
Like the studio this evening.
exactly that? 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Oh, that's a fight.
that's a delay there,
Chin
isn't it?
chin, have a pour and a sniff and a
Yeah,
quaff.
a decant. Luke is in the chat room. Hi, gentlemen. he says.
Oh, that's Luke Middleton. Yeah,
It
terribly
is.
sorry, Luke.
I'll tell
Massive
you what.
apologies.
Bloody Zoom.
So we've decided to give up on Zoom, Luke, and we're drinking instead.
He will understand, I'm sure.
Oh,
If anyone will understand, it's Luke.
he had some technological issues even when we were doing the Relay for Life because
Well, he was the first.
he was because we had those
man out of
stupid
traps,
lights
wasn't he?
that didn't work and spent all of our time putting them up, didn't we?
We did. We have a go on the nose. Smells like beer.
It does smell like beer.
does, doesn't it?
Well,
It's
it's,
a bonus.
and it's also lager time of year, isn't it? Now, Andrea
That tastes stronger than it is.
Andrea works over at Stack's Reclamation in Saltash, as
You've
you
never
well
mentioned
know.
that ever on the show before.
No, but her works colleague Ben said that he enjoys a red stripe.
Ah.
So he said to Andrea, get the guys to do a red stripe Jamaican lager beer for Tipple of the Week, because you can't get this everywhere.
No.
I found this actually in B&M, £7.50 for 4 big pint cans.
I always thought it was American red stripe.
No.
It's that sort of.
It is Jamaican.
about
I mean,
it.
it's now brewed as part of Heineken, so I don't know where Heineken brew. Do they brew in this country or
Probably.
do they
I
still
think
brew in
there's only a
Germany?
few brewers left in this country these days, isn't there?
Amsterdam. So it's Jamaica. So Ben's put us on. Ben at Stacks, Chin Chin Ben at
Chin chin
Stacks,
to Ben at Stacks.
has put us onto the red stripe. Chin Chin Steve.
Chin Chin.
It's superbly palatable. It's actually
It's not bad, is it? Quite hoppy.
What proof is it? 4.7. So it's quite a good session beer.
Not bad, not bad.
Doesn't as Alan Parcher said, it doesn't linger on the palate like a slovenly forklift driver.
No, it doesn't. Oh, very good. Very good, very good.
And it doesn't outstay its welcome, unlike Philip Schofield at a children's party.
Oh,
but
dear me. I forgot to say this
it is
evening.
very nice.
Speaking
Are
of,
we a Scofer's free zone?
I've been no. Well, we are sort of. No, I've been starting every show so far with. Are you okay, audience? You're right. Doing a bit of a Holly Willoughby patronising,
Oh, okay.
asking the audience if they're fine, basically, because she doesn't give two hoots, does she? Really?
What, the multi-millionaire Holly Willoughby?
Yeah, exactly.
I should think she's got her audience's best interests at heart, hasn't she?
Didn't know
Not-
what was
not-
going on, but she went on holiday with the family every year.
Didn't know what's going
Didn't
on.
know what's
Come
going
on, Holly, fess up.
Terrible.
So yeah, so hi to Luke in the chat room. Terribly
Yes.
sorry, Luke. We've just tried 3 additional Zoom links and we can't.
It's
we
all
can't.
broken.
So it's pandemonium in Pandemonium.
It is pandemonium.
It's Prouts Night Out's gone AWOL. Well, quite literally
Well, I don't know
AWOL.
what's going on with this evening. We had all this tech as well on the screen. We was going to have all the lower thirds and all that
Oh,
malarkey.
I don't even
It's
know
just
what they
gone-
are. But look, we've got
But
more
to
of
be
us
fair,
with no lower thirds. You can
it's
see
very-
our
it's
you can see
very
our legs
true.
because we're beshorted this evening.
We'll be short. We can do this. We can blank out Neil's face, you see, if you want to.
Oh, it's charming.
It's nice, isn't it?
I tell you what, I've
I'll
aged
put it
well.
up. I tell you what didn't age well. If you seen the new thingy thing from promo, you would have done for my show. I got the cartoon on my face.
Oh yes.
Or that cartoon's not aged well.
No, that cartoon's not aged
That's
well.
not, is it? That is many years old.
Yeah,
when
it
I had
is.
hair.
It is.
Proper
I
hair,
know.
and I didn't have wrinkles.
Absolutely shocking.
Well, that's more music, I think. We'll have a bit more of this. I think.
That's
Yes.
good. That madness. That's off the latest album.
Well, yeah, 2016. There's not a bad track on that album.
They're a great
Not a
band,
bad
aren't
track.
they? And you said you went to see them live, but they only did an hour and a half.
We went to see them down. What's his name? He's got an estate down in Berkshire. Benyon. Richard Benyon.
Oh, okay.
Well, his dad's got a massive, great
Yeah, yeah.
estate down there. I think it's a Honda estate. Anyway, we was down there. It's in his back garden. Massive back garden he's got. And they come on, and hour and a half. And come on, Suggs. I mean, he's not really a singer, is he? Bless him, Suggs.
No.
You cannot say he's a singer by his face imagination.
But they were a great band,
Good
and they
band,
still
good
are, judging by that
saxophonist.
album.
Yeah. But they were supported by the Wonder Stuff.
Oh, now I love the Wonder
And they were
Stuff.
better.
Well, I've seen the Wonder Stuff a couple of times. I saw them at the Wonder Stuff. Actually, they used to play just down the road from where I grew up. They used to play in the local pubs.
All right.
And Rob Jones, I've probably told this story before, but Rob Jones, who was the bass thing from the original album, The Eight-Legged Groove Machine, he died, unfortunately, of a drugs overdose, very young. He used to drink in the Dog and Partridge with Adam, one of the roadies, and we would always be in the Dog and Partridge, and the bass thing, and Adam would come in for a drink.
Yeah.
He, unfortunately, died, as I say, very young. Miles, the singer, he still goes out with the Wonder stuff, but Martin Gilks, who was the drummer, absolutely stunning drummer, once described as the best drummer on the planet.
Wow.
He also died very young. I think he was only 40, and he was killed in a road traffic accident in America.
Blimey.
So it's quite a sad history, but I've seen him a couple of times, the stuff is. And Martin Bell, the violinist from the Wonder Stuff, wrote Size of a Cow. He now plays sometimes with Black Friday down here. He lives locally down here. And he plays sometimes on the fiddle with he's on the fiddle with.
He's on the fiddle. I'm going.
Not on that kind of fiddle, Martin. If you're listening.
Luke has just said he's on Zoom now. One last try, if you like. So I tell you what, I'm going to play this very quickly.
Are you with us, Luke?
No, we're not. Can you go on that audio?
1, 2.
Oh,
I'm here.
you're here.
Yeah, he's here.
Hey.
We've got him.
Oh my good grief! At long last,
Turn
and
the
are we going to go
filter,
up on the
filter.
screen?
No, you can't get. Yeah, it's just audio going through. You can't get any video from him.
Oh, okay.
We're
so that's
halfway
fine.
there, as Bon Jovi once sang. Oh, and we are living on the wing and a prayer this evening. But we have Luke Middleton with us, so
Absolutely fantastic. So this, honestly, Luke, you just said let's give it one last chance, and then I had to verify. I had to get resent. I had to get resent
very technical.
a 6-digit passcode. Then it said, I am not a robot. Verify how many of these pictures have motorbikes in them. And then verify how many of the next pictures have buses in them.
And then
What's the name of
verify
your mother's cat?
Exactly.
How many studios have idiots in them?
So we now have you broadcast out on the audio. We can see what we're doing. So it's very, very much on the fly, but understanding that you are potentially busy next week, so we haven't got time to maybe Zoom with you next week. Is that right?
Yeah, it's getting a bit more hectic next week. So, thank you for trying that first time.
Honestly, we are trying. We're
Full
nothing.
time.
We will get you back another time on full video.
Absolutely. You're welcome to come in at any time you want.
Just not in here.
Yeah. As I say, it's pandemonium at Pandemonium at the moment, and it's on the fly over at Prout's Night Out, but we got there eventually.
I don't know what it is with you guys and me and technical stuff, but you always seem to set me up to fail. But hopefully,
I think what it is, you are our tech pioneer. So at the Relay for Life, you were the first band up, and that didn't help, did it? Because we had no time for sound checks. We were messing about.
Let's get you on there, Steve.
Messing about left, right, and centre with lights that didn't want to work. And you were the first poor act that we couldn't get your sound check in.
Oh, no.
I think he's just the first. He's the pioneer. What can I say?
We did have your cousin running around after you, didn't she? She was in and out the green room, out the front, back in the green room, out in the front.
Oh yeah, she's number one flat fan sort of / roadie. Yeah, she loves that role.
She was brilliant. She said, couldn't hear this. Can you bring this up proper?
Oh yeah, she knew what she was talking about. She did know what she was talking about. And in hot news, Steve, you might not even know this, but obviously Luke, you wrote the Relay for Life song.
Yes.
For the cancer research, and then we were chatting to Luke the other day, and he said, "I'm going to write you a jingle for the Phluid FM." And literally, I said, "Oh, that'd be great. You can work on that." And about 2 hours later, Luke says, "Right, I've done the jingle. What words do you want with it?"
Yeah.
Well, Lucky's not
It's
right.
kind of how I roll, to be honest. It's all or nothing.
I know, it was super quick, but you're quite prolific as a songwriter. We've seen your reels and things coming around on Insta. You're always just sat there doodling and diddling and twiddling with something going through your head.
Yeah. I mean, especially that sort of year I've had, it's been a therapy, to start with, and to songwrite sort of takes me out of some very dark places. And
just saying that, Luke, obviously the year that you've had, but tell people, you were in this week's Cornish Times, obviously a column, you did our Q&A, and very eloquently wrote the column yourself. And then he said to me, "Oh, thanks for a brilliant column." And I did have to type back and say, basically, Luke, all your own words.
Not too bad for a dyslexic.
No, I thought it was very good, and I have to say the last bit in that column did have me welling up a bit with
thank you.
With
well,
just the way
she is my rock.
just the way you'd written that. But just tell everybody, for those who might be listening, watching again, the kind of year that you have had, why you've actually just said that.
Right. So January last year, I was a lorry driver for A&B Potatoes, just up the road.
Yeah.
I've been a lorry driver for 10 years. I'm 6'4" and fairly well built, so I've always been used and abused for my body. I've never had an issue.
Sounded quite wrong, didn't it?
Careful how you say that. We're a family show, Luke.
You take that how you want it.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
We digress.
Said the bishop to the... So, yeah, I was on annual leave, and I was actually towards the end of that annual leave, and I went to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. My spine compressed. I just felt my sort of body slip to one side.
Jeez.
And a lot of pain. But this sort of thing had happened to me before, so I wasn't that worried. I thought, okay, I'll go back to bed. I'll lie down. I'll get straight up, and hopefully by the morning we'll be okay, because I was due to be basically back at work.
Yeah.
So typically it happened on the last day of my annual leave. Anyway, so I woke up in what I can only describe as a paralysed state. I was looking up at the ceiling, tears running down my face, screaming out to my wife, what on earth is going on? Something's really happened here. And the next thing I remember, she called Kerno Doc. Kerno Doc came out, and they said, look, we think you've slipped some discs. We need to get you to A&E. Through a long process of waiting at A&E, I eventually got seen, and my first MRI showed 3-step discs. So I said, oh, lovely. How do I deal with that? And they said, well,
as you do.
Yeah. Basically, they sent me home and on rest, and it was the second day home from hospital. I then had a fall where my left leg gave way. I had a fall into my downstairs bathroom, and unfortunately was left in my bathroom. My wife went out to, funny enough, to give in the doctor's notice to my boss.
Right.
So she was away about half an hour away. So I was on the floor for half an hour, and it all went tits up, basically.
Yeah.
From there. So I then went into shock. My wife was running down the village to get a defib. Ambulances were on the way. And to cut a very long story short, I to date have had 15 falls, 9 admissions to hospital via ambulance, 6 MRIs, and the best they can come up with is I've got compression of the spinal nerve, which affects all my left side. I've got numbness all down my left side. Struggle to walk.
Well, we know that from the relay you were on your your little,
exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm prone to fall,
scooter.
so that's why I wear it. I really do wear a crutch.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
to a certain degree, and this is just a tiny nth degree, because I did a little stint of lorry driving, and I compressed. So I can sympathise to a certain degree, but in no way diminishing what you've got. But I compressed what the physio told me then was my 7th vertebrae, which affects the little finger and this finger, and of course you get that numbness and the shooting pain from your arm. So I had that, went through physio, and it got better, and that's come back again at the beginning of the year. So I'm actually waiting to see a chiropractor in Liskeard on Monday, because I still really don't have much of a feeling in this part of my hand, and I can only now sleep on my back with my head turned to the right hand side, so I know in a small way exactly what that feeling is like. And I was playing drums not so long ago and literally had to gaffer tape the drum to my hand because I couldn't grip it. So I mean, as I say, that's 100th of what you sound like you've got, but I know kind of what that awkwardness and that feeling can be.
But yeah, that nerve damage, it's amazing how sensitive it is. And like you said, those tingles and the numbness it sends down like the left side of my body, and the spasms it can put me in. It's been a whirlwind. I mean, so they weren't that sympathetic because we were going into summer. And as a potato place, their fish and chips is their thing. So,
Well,
they needed a lorry driver whether I was ill or not. So I lost
of
my
course.
job very, very quickly overnight.
That's also
it's
curious because
extreme.
the lorry
Go on.
driving that I was doing was for Smales, which were providing the fish to where all the A and B potatoes drivers
There you go
were.
then.
So in another life, our paths may have actually crossed, but we just wouldn't have known one another.
As truckers.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yorkie bars. Like
But you're a right-handed guitarist, Luke. So you're saying you're affected on your left hand. So that is clearly for a guitarist well, I mean, I'm not a guitarist, but I would think the most important, because the strumming can be a lot easier than the chord shapes and what have you, isn't it?
Yeah. So for me, it's very the dexterity on my left hand's fine. What I struggle with it's almost like a second person, like an imposter syndrome. It feels like it's not my arm, and it feels like it's not my leg.
Okay.
So to move all of these things, that's what I struggle with. But as far as the actual dexterity for playing, I've been extremely blessed.
That you've kept that.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's born out of the show, wasn't it? Relay for Life.
Well-
manfully gained the stage 3 times. I think you popped up on the stage to
Yes,
perform
yes.
with your band, with the Kerno, and again for a few more reprises. Didn't miss a beat. It was amazing.
Yeah, and most of your acts there, I've also played alongside with as well. So yeah, it was lovely to see everybody, and what a lovely day it was, wasn't it? I mean,
couldn't
we
have
had the
got better
weather.
weather, could we? Couldn't. We're going to book the same
Yeah.
weather for next year, I think.
Yeah.
Because you're camping next year, aren't you?
I am camping next year because I had to be in Lyme Regis, obviously. But I think what we're looking at potentially for next year, Luke, is if we could do it, we could do a longer Sunday, because an idea that we had, it would have been lovely for the walkers to maybe stop on that Sunday afternoon, and they get to sort of sit and watch some of the acts and the music as well.
Of course,
rather than constantly, I mean, for you, it's brilliant. It's like a constant stream of fans going past, isn't it? Just sort of waving. But you want them, to actually stop and sit down and enjoy it at some point, I guess. But
I was very lucky. We had a camper van literally in the car park below, and I brought the trailer and my scooter, and I was. You probably saw me lots of times just buzzing around as well.
No, we did.
Trying to do my bit.
Yeah. But this has given you more time, you were saying. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, magnanimously, every cloud and all that has a silver lining that you're...
Yeah, you can't ignore the fact that I would have never had time to go in the studio like I had. I would have never have written the songs I had if I hadn't have had this, I say accident, but injury. I mean, I don't know. I went to the toilet. Is that an accident?
I think maybe the spinal compression was happening over a series of months beforehand with humping. I mean, I've seen the guys with the sacks of potatoes, and it's just constant pressure, isn't it?
I mean, that particular job I was doing 8, and I'm not lying, 8 to 10 ton on my own every single day.
Oh, I can imagine.
5 days a week.
Yeah.
And the previous job to that, I worked at Bailey's and I was delivering carpets. So I've never helped myself.
Nothing light, is it?
No.
Crikey. No, that's the way it goes. It's the silly things that do it. It's like they went to the toilet. You could pick up a toothbrush and it would go.
Precisely.
It's the silly things that cause that to happen, isn't it?
So my back's gone before just putting it on a seatbelt.
Yeah.
It is. It's when you're not. It's that rotation, or when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
If you're under load, I think your body's tense and sort of
that is true,
and braced for it.
Yeah,
but when you're relaxed, i.e. on annual leave, I think that's when you're most susceptible
there you
to
go.
these
See,
things.
holidays are dangerous.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Don't go on holiday, guys.
Don't take holidays.
Just the Americans.
But I mean, I think anybody that's suffered from a bad back, because I'm reasonably tall. I'm not as tall as you, Luke, but once you've had that back, I put mine out initially when I was in my early 20s doing some horrific pallet work that I was lifting totally incorrectly, and it was totally my fault, but I kind of went, ooh, that's not good. And again, not to the extreme of what you've got, but it comes back to haunt me, and you're absolutely right. I could go now and lay all these blocks over the weekend. We're doing this brickwork, be fine. Go to put a can of beans in the cupboard at home, and it's like, oh, my back's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is crazy. Now, Luke, just going to stop for a second, because we asked you to choose also some songs from artists that you like that have inspired you.
Oh, yes.
You gave us Be Honest by Jason Mraz, Rocky Mountain by John Denver, and Hotel California, the absolute classic by the Eagles. Choose one and that inspiration, and we'll come back then and talk less about your accident, and we'll talk more about your songwriting and your musicianship.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
Let's go Be Honest, because a lot of people haven't heard this one, and it sounds just beautiful, I think. I think it's a big influence into how I like to try and make myself sound.
Okie dokie, let's play Jason Mraz, Be Honest, and we'll be back talking after this with Luke Middleton.
We will indeed. Well, there you go, Jason Mraz there with Be Honest, one of the tracks there of Luke Middleton. I think we're going to have a bit of his music in a little while. We're going to chat to him about music, I think, now, rather than his...
Well, Sandy's requested, I want to hear some of Luke's music, so who are we to deny? But yeah, let's have a chat about your songwriting, Luke, and your music. And
prolific.
In the Cornish Times, I think you did say you have a bit of a weird... I like, what's it, overfill, when you've got too much...
Overflow, yeah. So I say to my son, go and do it's time to do the overflow. And he goes, oh, God. And all it is we get a big bag, and there's literally a bin that's overflowing with recycling.
We all got one of those.
So we empty the top of that first, and then Daddy can take the majority of the bin outside then, and we'll sort out the overflow. And that's the buzzword. But the song has a completely, an almost tied in meaning, I suppose.
So you'll just get a random idea and go, hey, that's a song, or a random chord and go, there's something in there. Yeah,
and my wife's extremely well read, and she often comes up with lovely words, and that will then start something. But yeah, quite often I'm just farting around on the guitar or the piano, and there's your melody, I suppose.
Because you're a multi-instrumentalist as well. I mean, you can see like the rack of guitars.
You can't have a rack of pianos behind you. It doesn't work.
Check out my rack.
Yeah, I think the green one was that was the Relay for Life one that you had, wasn't it?
Yeah, we played. Yeah, that's Ibanez Artcore. I love it.
Yeah,
I think Luke nearly gained a guitar, didn't he?
And a little djembe.
There,
yeah,
that's one in my conservatory. If you want to have a go on it in a minute, do some drumming.
Yeah, I've got banjos and mandolins as well. I can't get enough of it.
So, but you're fun. You said, I think, that you were a drummer.
Yeah, so not like everything is self-taught. I'm very dyslexic and autistic, but it all comes in threes. Anyway, so from a very, very young age, from sort of the age of 5, I was brought up in a church community, so there's always that instrumental influence anyway. So there's always drums, djembes, guitars in places. But yeah, I've always naturally gone towards rhythm. So yeah, I played in lots of bands, and unfortunately was quite naughty and got kicked out of school. We went ended up in Bude. I was in about 7 bands, after school clubs and jazz bands and samba bands. I just really wanted to get influenced and push myself as far as I creatively could. But anyway, I was a naughty boy. I got kicked out of school. I went to boarding school where there was no music program whatsoever.
No.
I befriended my art teacher, come up with the idea that music is art, man. And he was an extremely he's just very good at sort of acoustic guitar and banjo, and we would just jam, and it would make my week.
Yeah,
having an art lesson, and I owe a lot of this to him, because it didn't matter that I couldn't read. It didn't matter that I couldn't follow a musical syllabus, if you like. It mattered that I could hear it and I could play it back, and we could jam, and I've continued that to this day, and I'd like to think I'm fairly all right at it now.
You're getting there.
I think that's an understatement, isn't it? Listen to his set at the Relay for Life.
Yeah. And to be able to play, I mean, I can, and Steve probably the same. I mean, we can barely play one instrument, so I mean, to be able to play a plethora, I think was your word.
Plethora was my word.
Yeah, I do love that word, a plethora.
It's a good word, plethora.
Yeah,
you can tell you had a boarding school education. Look,
big words. Big words.
No, it was a boarding school for naughty boys and girls. It certainly wasn't.
Thing is, though, you always find there's got to be some sort of focus, haven't you? So if you can focus somebody to something, be it art, be it music, be it whatever, just find that niche and focus them into it, and what happens.
And you're right, music is
art. Again,
art.
Sort of bouncing. I mean, that has been my thing. That's been my crutch, without the electoral one, to lean on.
Yeah.
Whatever life's thrown at me, I've had that musical, okay, I'll pick up a guitar, let's write about it, or let's just jam and be in the moment, and it's lovely. And dare I say, I haven't had therapy ever really, and I don't ever really want to, because I've got my music.
I don't think you really need to, do you?
No.
I mean, music is...
Yeah.
Well, let's have a listen. What is it Sandy
Which
said
one
she
did
wanted
we-
to hear? So which one, Luke, are we going to play? What was it?
Go on, play H2O, because that hasn't been played much. I was thinking Honeydew, but you can play H2O, because that might have some legs down west with a particular professor who wants to.
Oh, is that on? Is that on? Oh, there it is at the bottom.
aquarium
Look, Steve.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like that,
H2O, which of course is water.
So this was played entirely and created entirely on the bass guitar.
Oh, okay.
For some reason... Oh, yeah, go.
Oh, there's it right at the bottom.
This is the final track. It's track 12 on the album.
It's the bonus track, yeah.
Oh, the bonus track is the title track. See, that's unusual also. You see, you've got to...
You do need to jump on the spot. I tell you what,
absolutely.
there's a lot-
Okay, so shall we play this for Sandy then?
I think we shall. We shall play up Sandy. This is H2O by Luke Middleton. Do enjoy.
Right, we'll unplug and we're back in the room here. Let's have a listen. We're on the red stripe tonight as well for Tipple of the Week.
Sun setting in the ocean, no one there to say goodbye. The water's gone dark like a potion, no one there to ask it why. Glassy accents in the distance, beginning to reflect the night sky. It's turbulent in its existence as the reefs start to die. What can we do? Is it out of our hands to see this through? What can we say? There's no more time to wait, it's Judgment Day. If you add all the people on this planet, doesn't even amount to what's in the sea. Barely even scratch the surface. 80% left to be seen. H2O. There's life beyond the darkness, effortlessly carrying its complexity. The river flows in all its madness, building on its biodiversity. The fish begin to breach the surface as they migrate home in time for autumn leaves. Chemicals spill into the substrate as fertilizer goes from a want to a need. What can we do? Is it out of our hands to see this through? What can we say? There's no more time to wait, it's Judgment Day. If you add all the people on this planet, it doesn't even amount to what's in the sea. 1% left to be seen. H2O.
That was
let me just turn it round to that.
H2O there by Luke Middleton.
I love that.
Cracking, very
I love that.
Written on the bass, you can hear the bass in there, and it did sound, to my mind, a little bit Sting, a little bit Police.
Yeah,
it's probably not an insult, is it really?
No. He's very good, mate. But that's a cracking track. I do like that. It's very chilled. But you're saying you haven't had much airplay on that one. Only recently written. What did Sandy think of that?
She's still in the moment. She hasn't come back yet.
Well, I mean, there you go.
Yeah, it's coming to the end of the sort of writing the album, and I think it just come to me about how about we do a bonus track, and how about it's like a synopsis of the whole album and the whole the environmental push behind it. To be honest,
yeah.
If I can ever put a little bit of an environmental twist on things. Especially about the plastic in our ocean and how we're sort of ruining our waters and bleaching our reefs.
Especially down here.
You know,
well,
then I will. So that's what that's about, you know.
I mean, we were talking earlier because on Friday, I don't know whether you were aware, but Jack Johnson's playing down at Eden.
Oh wow!
And he is only doing one show at Eden, and he was doing one show in London, and that was it. But he's doing two in London now, and then that is his entire UK tour. But of course, he stopped touring many years ago. We saw him at Plymouth Pavilions about 12-15 years ago. He stopped touring because of that, because he said, you know, it's touring on a world scale like that is impactive to the environment, and he put it to one side, and now he's come out and done, like, I think this is the first tour he's done for quite some time, but rather than touring for touring's sake, because I mean music is accessible on so many platforms, like we've just had you there on Spotify, that's available I'm sure everywhere, and whereas it is fantastic to see live music, as he says, you know, a world tour is quite impactive, isn't it? So you'd go you'd go quite well with there. You see, you should be the support down there on Friday. You obviously
I mean, 100% have got an influence from Jack Johnson. Yeah, there's a one I've just written called Silhouette, and that's very sort of bouncy, sort of Jack Johnson.
Yeah, he's a fantastic artist, isn't he? But again, you know, I think he's a bit of a multi-musicianist, but I think
you got to be, I think, haven't you? You can't be one-trick pony, I think.
He sticks to guitar, but I mean, it's fantastic as well, look, because you can cut, like you say, you came at that song from the, there goes my red stripe.
Throwing cans around.
You came at that song from the bass, but just as interestingly, you could come at a song from vocal, from piano, from drum, or from guitar. So when you do or indeed probably a bassoon, I mean, you seem to be able to play everything, so what
would you imagine a bassoon?
I was once known for the didgeridoo.
Well, listen about didgeridoo players better.
You haven't worked for the BBC, have you?
No,
you tell what it is, yeah.
We've got
say that.
We've got our very own Leo. Leo's in the chat room.
Oh, is he?
He has offered you a studio. Studio's ready when you are.
Oh,
fully fledged Pandemonium studio at your disposal
for recording at your disposal
with drum kit.
100% in.
And,
I've got
everything else.
I'd love to do a sort of live rendition of or recorded rendition of Silhouette.
Live
no
lounge.
One's heard it yet. It's out nowhere, and so.
I think that's a live lounge at the studio for sure.
We're trying to sort of create, if as it were, a little bit of a live lounge, because we were talking to Adam Hinks, obviously, who played at the Relay for Life as well, who is also phenomenal. I think him and Emily are coming
Brunt,
coming in to do some recording. But we said to Adam about coming into the studio, and this is what we're saying, you know, you're always more than welcome, Luke, back, but come in live, bring your guitar, and we can cut to you live singing and playing in the studio.
I'd love to.
Which would be fantastic.
End of year show, I think. We tried to do it last Christmas, didn't we? The sort of the green room and
we did, but it wasn't
TFI sort of vibe.
Wasn't quite ready.
Wasn't quite ready.
We're going to have a little bit of a clear out. We're looking for anybody out there who wants to donate a drum kit, because we have to keep moving mine in and out.
I have got a bunch of drums in my garage. Maybe we can talk.
Yeah, well, we've got a certain amount, and we've got bits missing and whatever. Maybe we could sort of put an amalgamation of.
Yeah, make a transform some sort of.
We could do something, couldn't we?
I've got a spare kit kicking around as well, don't you?
Absolutely.
So it's all good.
Well, Luke, listen, it's 8:30. We are going to love you and leave you. Thanks so much for coming on, and it was a bit of a struggle to get you there.
We did.
Absolutely, and please, always welcome to either come back, Zoom in with Steve, come in. Do whatever. We'll keep closely in touch because we need to get also your jingle sorted, and we need to get sorted on organising a gig for life. I think Lawrence was quite keen on organising some of these musicians. We just do another festival, basically just for the hell of doing one, because it was great fun.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it really went well. That one was for charity, but yeah, it would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
I mean, we could do another charitable one. Why not? Let's just keep it going and see if we can just do some more.
Here's a little teaser. I've already written a song for Stand Up to Cancer.
Oh,
so maybe we'll do something there with Leo in the studio as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know he mentioned it last time, didn't he?
Absolutely. We are trying to get together with Lawrence, obviously, who was the organiser and whatever. He's keen to sort of sort something out, and I think we could end up with a couple of full bands, or if you've got your whole musicians, and we could do a bit of acoustic, a bit of band, and we can do a bit of samba, a bit of all sorts. We could have a day of it, couldn't we? And a lot of those people, as I say, that were walking last time, we could say, well, look, just come and sit and chill and watch the bands, because.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there was some seats, wouldn't it? And
I think that was missing.
More
I think,
seats than
wasn't
there
it?
was.
I think towards the end we got that.
We could see if Lux Park would let us do it again. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. If we say that we're going to do another charitable event, I mean, it would look good for everybody to do it there, because it was a great vibe, wouldn't it?
100%. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
what was I going to say before I go? Oh yeah, come see me this Saturday, 8 p.m. at Menheniot Cherry Fair.
There you go, Steve. 8 p.m.
We'll try and find something to do Saturday. We'll go down there.
Oh, there you go. I think we put that in the Times as well. What did Sandy come back in and say?
Lovely, with a smiley emoji with hearts around it.
There you go. You got a new fan, Luke. You got a new fan.
So yeah, jump on to Spotify and look for Luke, and he is on there with his new album H2O.
Absolutely.
Album.
So we will say, but don't go away, Luke. Stay in the chat room, because I'm going to do a Mrs. Wal quiz imminently. If that works, we're going to try and phone it again. So anything could go right or wrong in this studio tonight, couldn't it?
It could well be. We're going to play out with one more of Luke's.
Should we play out with one more of yours, Luke? Yeah. Choose another one. Yeah. Let's do that.
Go for. Let's rock out. Let's go Breakthrough.
Right.
Breakthrough.
Brilliant. Breakthrough. We've got it. Okay. Thank you to Luke Middleton. And we will see you very, very soon, Luke. Thank you so much for persevering and putting up with us.
Yeah, what a legend.
We'll catch you later.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you. Cheers.
Forsaken me in my world of dreams. Show me the way, show me the light. Take me as I am, take me as I was. I'm defeated by the sound, I'm defeated by the cross. I'm defeated by the cross. I'm defeated by the cross. I'm breaking through the clouds, shine onto our town. Let's illuminate the streets. Will you dance with me and open up my eyes? Show me the other side. This accumulated love, shine on from above. My heart has taken me to a world of pain. Although never alone, I'll never be the same. So take me as I am, take me as I was. I'm defeated by the sound, I'm defeated by the cross. I'm defeated by the cross. I'm defeated by the cross. I'm breaking through the clouds. Shine onto our town. Let's illuminate the streets. Will you dance with me and open up my eyes? Show me the other side. Let's accumulate the love. Shine from above. Fly with me. Let's achieve our dreams. Hold me, please, as we gather speed through our lives. I'm breaking through the clouds, shine onto our town. Let's illuminate the streets. Will you dance with me and open up my eyes? Show me the other side. Let's accumulate the love. Shine from above. I'm breaking through the clouds. Shine onto our town. Let's illuminate the streets. Will you dance with me and open up my eyes? Show me the
Let's
other
try going off
side.
speaker.
Let's accumulate the love.
Luke Middleton there, Breakthrough from the album H2O. If you're on Spotify, jump on Spotify and give it a listen. Debut album, 14 tracks on it, all of them good.
Very good.
can't go wrong.
Talented young man. Only
know,
30.
don't you hate
and
people like that?
Oh,
All those instruments he can play, we can just hit things.
I know. He's
At
literally.
best.
He just literally. If he could run really quickly around, he could just play all at the same time, couldn't he?
He could.
Like on a lazy Susan,
Yeah, that's
a lazy Luke.
Lazy Luke. Not Daisy Duke,
Right,
Lazy
have
Luke.
we got Mrs. Wall live on? Can we hear her coming
should
through?
have.
In the headphones. Andrea, say something.
Oh, hello, love.
Yes, we
Hey.
have. And now are we over loud or too loud, or is that
I think
about
we're okay. I
right?
think we're okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, welcome, quiz mistress
We have
Andrea.
a quiz. We have a quiz.
It's Mrs. Wall live on the quiz. Have we still got Luke in the chat room? Bass Driver's in the chat room. Sandy's in the chat
Yeah.
room. We've got our pens and papers poised. Anybody watching, listening, watching again, listening again, strap yourselves in.
Probably gone home by now.
It's a quick quiz. This is award-winning radio, Steve.
It is.
I don't know what award
Sony
we'll win.
Awards.
Yeah.
Pony Awards, probably.
Pony
Sony.
Awards, yeah.
Okay.
Pony.
Right, Andrea,
Let's
Yeah.
go.
let's go. Quick.
Right. Darling, are
Yes.
you ready for the sausage quiz?
Oh, I love the
say.
sausage. Oh, matron.
Why is it a sausage quiz?
Why wouldn't it be?
Okay.
I bet it's a banger.
Right, are you ready? Question number one.
Oh, did you hear that, Andrea? Steve said he bet it's a banger.
It is a banger.
Oh, dear.
Go on.
Right, are you ready? Question number one.
Yeah.
In Australia, a sausage is referred to as what?
Oh,
Is
yes.
it A, a snag,
Yes. Ooh,
B, a shag, or C, a wang?
Let's wang a quick shag on the barbie.
okay. Yeah, go.
Ready? Question number two.
Yeah.
What is the origin of the slang term banger? Is it A, the aphrodisiac effects of consuming sausages? Is it B, because they are eaten on a bonfire? Or is it C, they sometimes explode during cooking?
Okay. Good question.
Oh, this is my sort of quiz.
Yeah, this is my sort of quiz. Well, I bet we're still wrong.
No, it won't be wrong.
Okay, question 3.
Question 3. In which part of the UK is a sausage traditionally square-shaped?
Oh,
Is it A, England, B, Wales, or C, Scotland?
Okay. Yep, everybody in. Question 4.
more music.
Question number 4. According to consumer studies, at what time of the day are most sausages usually eaten? Is it A, breakfast,
Yeah.
B, lunch, or C, dinner?
Most sausages eaten at breakfast, lunch. That could be like if you have a fry it, but I bet you have bangers and mash, don't you?
You could do. You'd probably have more with bangers and mash, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Okay. Question 5.
Okay. Question number 5. Which sausage is identifiable by its distinctive swirl shape?
Okay.
Is it A, Lincolnshire, B, Cumberland, C, chorizo, or D, salami?
Okay. So that's 5. Now what's the bonus round then?
Your bonus round is, right, just for fun, sausage jokes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Number 1. How do you make a sausage roll?
Oh, yeah.
Have we got to write the answer down?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Number 2.
Yeah.
What do you call a sausage that has been sunbathing all day? I reckon Steve's going to get these.
Steve's written some.
Apart from a silly sausage.
Oh, is it silly sausage?
I doubt it.
Well, I'm going to put that.
And last
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
What do you call a sausage who comes first in a race?
A sausage that comes first in a race. Right. Whilst we're thinking about that, Andrea, choose us a tune to play before we come back with the answers.
Oh, I haven't got a tune on top of my head.
I sort of googled a
Don't
couple
put me on
of
the
banger songs.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
There's a song called Bangers and Mash by McKay, Ginn, Skibbity, or Bangers and Mash by Radiohead. I'm guessing
Bangers and Bangers and
Radiohead
Bangers, Mash, Mash, Mash. That's the one.
is
Play
not
that one.
Yeah, Bangers and by Radiohead's going to be fairly
Don't
depressing,
put that
isn't
on.
it?
Yeah, put Bangers and Mash by Skippity D.
That's
Okay, we're going to have
awesome,
Bangers and Mash, darling. We'll be back with the answers in a minute.
Well, there you go. That was Bangers and Mash by Mackie G and Skibbity. That's going to our very own bass driver. Oh, we're ringing. We're ringing.
Yeah, we're ringing. We're ringing.
Live,
We should be
Andrew.
back
Please
in.
don't. Well, I'm sure she won't because she's lovely. isn't
Neil,
she?
can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
We
You're
can.
back in the room.
All I could. Right, yeah, but you're not playing any music. You were just chatting.
Well, we're
Oh.
well. Anyway, we should.
Well, we
should
played
move on.
Bangers and Mash,
We
but
did
maybe
play
we
Bangers
didn't.
and Mash.
You didn't play Bangers and Mash. All I could hear was you guys just talking nonsense.
We have definitely. Well, that's nothing. We've definitely broken something. Haven't we?
Right, we have broken something in the studio. Right, we are back and we need answers.
I don't know what's going on this evening.
It's award-winning radio, Steve. That's what it is. It's groundbreaking.
We've had some answers come in on the chat room, as well as people saying that the music wasn't working. So I don't know what I've unplugged. Something's gone on right, but never mind.
I quite like Bangers and Bangers and Bangers and Mash, Mash, Mash.
Nobody else could hear it, thankfully. So question-wise, Luke's been on, Bass Drive's been on. They've all been putting some answers in.
Okay,
Let's have
so
some answers. Question
Andrea,
one.
let's have some answers, please.
Okay, you ready for the answers?
Yes.
Right, are you ready? Question number 1. In Australia, a sausage is referred to as what? And it's a snag.
Snag. There you go.
It is a snag.
It is
I got a snag. That's one. What else has got? What we got?
Luke's got a snag.
Brilliant. So Luke's got one.
Bass Driver, I don't know what Bass Driver's doing. No, you didn't answer that question.
Oh, okay. So he's got nothing.
The Third Amendment on that one.
Right. Okay. So question 2.
Question number 2. What is the origin of the slang term banger? Well, the answer is C. They sometimes explode during cooking.
Yes, I got that. Steve,
We've
what
got
did you
that.
get?
I've got C. Bass Driver's got C, and Luke has got C.
Oh, right. That's brilliant.
I,
You, Luke, and myself are 2 for 2.
that's not bad, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's better than normal.
Question 3.
Question 3.
That's really weird.
I got this one wrong.
Oh, okay.
In which part of the UK is a sausage traditionally square-shaped? And the answer is C, Scotland.
Yes, I got
we've
Scotland.
Got Bass Drive's got Scotland, and Luke has got
Oh,
Scotland.
wow, we're flying.
We're rocking this evening. It's going to go wrong in a minute.
Oh,
This is the best thing about the show. Everything else has
oh
gone
no.
wrong.
I know.
God, and I don't even have a tiebreaker question organised.
Oh,
Hang on, just dropped everything.
We've dropped her bangers.
you dropped your bangers.
I'm dropping bangers. Right, okay. Question number
Oh,
4.
what
Yes.
is going on?
According to consumer studies of what time of day are the most sausages usually eaten?
I think it's a trick question myself.
I've gone breakfast,
I've gone
eh?
breakfast.
It's C, dinner.
I was
said
going to
about
go
bangers and
see
mash, didn't
dinner,
you?
wasn't I? And we changed it.
Yeah,
oh.
breakfast.
What's Luke got?
Base driver's gone lunch, and Luke's gone breakfast.
Oh, we've all dropped that one.
Because
No, because at supper time you have bangers and mash.
This is what we said, and that's
We
why
did
we
say
played
that,
Bangers
yeah.
and Mash, although we didn't.
We didn't
Nobody
play-
heard it,
we
so we
heard it here.
replay Bangers and Mash.
No.
Okay. Right, and last question then. Damn, I was on for a
Okay,
full
and
house.
question number 5. Which sausage is identifiable by its distinctive swirl shape?
This definitely, haven't we?
And it is
B. Cumberland.
Cumberland.
Yes.
We've got Cumberland, Luke and Leo have got Cumberland as well.
Brilliant. So of the questions, Luke's got 4, I've got 4,
Guess what? I've got 4.
you've got 4, and Leo's got 3. So Leo's
Leo's
out of the running.
He's out of the
So it's
running.
between
I don't
Luke
even have a
and Steve and myself.
tiebreaker.
So the jokes.
Right, so your jokes. Okay. How do you make a sausage roll?
Push it down a hill.
Push it down a hill.
What did
Get
Luke
in.
get?
I think they gave up at that.
Oh, they haven't done the jokes.
They haven't. Oh, hang on. No.
Oh, okay.
This
So
is
there's
this is a hill in Cumberland. They might got it wrong.
right. Okay, so I got push it down a hill. What did you
Oh,
get,
right,
Steve?
push
Push it
down
down
a
a hill.
hill. Yeah.
Okay. So question number 2.
Okay, what? Number 2, what do you call a sausage that has been sunbathing all day?
I've put silly sausage, Steve.
I put a burnt sausage.
Burnt sausage.
Sizzled. Luke has gone for
Sizzled sausage.
sizzled sausage.
And the answer is done.
Done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done.
Oh, very good.
We've
very
been done.
good.
We've been done.
Very
Okay,
good.
and what do you call a sausage who comes first in a race?
Well, the only thing we could think of was a Frankfurter.
No, the answer is the wiener.
Oh,
We've
the
got top
wiener.
dog. Top
Oh,
dog. hot dog.
top dog and hot
From
dog
Basel,
and Frankfurter. So we're all wrong.
Oh dear.
Well, I got 4 out of 4. Luke got 4 out of 5. Luke got 4 out of 5, and you got 4 out of 5, and then we got 1 out of the jokes each.
Yeah.
So we do need a
No,
tiebreaker.
you
Do
need
this.
a- You need a tiebreaker.
We do need a
to decide where his
tiebreaker.
music's not working as well.
Oh, what am I going to do? Because I don't have a tiebreaker sausage quiz.
I
Tiebreaker.
thought that one through.
You
didn't think
haven't.
we get any answers right. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's shocking. Well, let's play another song, Andrew, and I'll phone you
Play
back.
another song and I'll find a
We'll hope
tiebreaker.
to.
Okay, I'll call you back later.
Yes. Let's try and get some music going.
Okay,
It's
boy.
CeeLo Green, hopefully.
Back in the room, we got Barry from Long Tide
We
in.
have indeed. We have indeed.
Hello, Barry. He's under Barry Leveller. because
loves the Levelers.
he loves the Levelers. And I was just saying, I've got my New Model Army t-shirt on tonight. Barry's a big fan of New Model Army as
I
well.
think we should probably play out one of his tracks in that.
We
case.
will play out with a Long Tide track.
We
I
sure
think
will.
we're going to phone back Andrew, get our tie-break question,
We
and
are.
finish with Long Tide.
I'll get my
And
mouse
I
to
don't
work
think,
even
Steve,
better.
considering the fiasco we started with, that we've done too badly. Well, you haven't done too badly. I've just sat here blustering my way
Hitting
through things.
This is what you do.
It is.
Until they work. Maybe we'll get Barry to recommend a track. We've got Pendulum, Hurricane and War Cry. And probably some more.
Oh, War Cry's a good one, I think. Well, get Barry to type in what he wants us to play.
Yeah.
Now, we've got Andrea back on.
We got that. We lost that. That's good. Let's go for Andrea.
Where is she? Hello?
She's still battling to find
No.
a... have you plugged it in?
It is plugged in.
Tech.
Andrea? Yeah, I'm here. Aha, right, hang on, let's unmute.
That's the
So are
one.
we through now?
We're through?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Right,
We are.
we need this tie-break question because we're all on tenterhooks.
We are.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello.
We have to give her a grilling if not.
This
I'm still...
this sounds a bit like Eurovision when they go, hello, yes, we are
okay,
here.
okay,
How many
okay,
points
okay.
for Germany?
Liskeard speaking.
Wait a minute, I need to find you.
Right, we're on.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Guys, so
Yes.
sorry.
Right, so what's the tiebreaker question?
Oh, no, hang on, I need to turn down my iPad.
Listen to the show. She's getting feedback. It's like the proper
Yeah.
radio station. You can turn the radio down in the background, please.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to turn everything down.
That's all right.
Right,
That's
okay.
what
Are you
most
ready for
people
the
have done.
Tiebreaker?
Off.
So who is doing the tiebreaker?
Right, so I'm in the tiebreaker.
And
Luke's in the tiebreaker, and Steve is in the
Yeah,
tiebreaker.
Leo's out.
Leo's
Okay,
out.
all of you.
Yeah, so it's Leo's out.
Leo's out, yeah.
Okay. Oh. Right, are you ready for your tiebreaker?
We
Yeah.
are more than ready.
Okay. Which spicy South African sausage is derived from the Afrikaans word which literally means farmer's sausage? Is it A, boerewors?
That's easy for you to say.
Is it B, biltong? C, bobbity? Or D, biryani?
Okay, can we have that first one again? Because it was just funny the way you said it.
What? Boerewors.
That's the one. I think is it Boerewors?
That'll do.
That's
And
it.
What?
bearing in mind, I live next, my neighbour is South African, so she taught me this.
Okay, now Leo's come in.
See, that's a double bluff. If she did know South African, she know how to say that first one properly.
Now Leo's come in and said biltong, but he's out of the running.
He's not interested in what Leo's saying.
So it doesn't matter because he's not in the tiebreaker. We want Luke's answer, and Steve's answer, and my answer. So I am saying B, biltong.
I'm going for A, Boerewors.
Boerewors.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what this is. I know what the answer is.
Bloody hope so.
So is biltong right or wrong?
Okay, so the answer is which spicy South African sausage is derived from the Afrikaans word, which literally means farmer's sausage.
Yeah.
Boerewors.
Yeah.
B, biltong.
Yeah.
C, babuti. Or D, biryani.
Well, what is
And
it?
the answer is, it's biltong.
Yes!
Oh, that's a gobbler.
Yes, I get biltong.
Luke has gone for D.
Luke has gone for D, which is biryani, so I'm the winner.
That's a curry of
Oh
biryani.
my God, I've actually won a quiz.
Well, there you go, you see. He's done a thing.
No
Neil
way.
has done a thing.
B.
Yes, B,
Yeah.
biltong. Thank you,
Good
Andrea.
shot.
I have won.
Driver got it right.
He is
Yeah, but he
invincible.
wasn't. He only got 3 out of 5 in the first place, so he wasn't.
He
in
doesn't count. He's got as much as me now.
He wasn't in the playoffs.
No. Terrible.
So I win the quiz, and we are going to play out with a.
We're going Hurricane. Or what are we going for?
That's the first time you've ever won the quiz, Neil.
I know.
First and last, I'd say. First
I know
ever.
it is
First
the
and last.
first time I've ever heard the.
Yay!
Let's have the first one.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Neil.
okay.
Congratulations, Neil.
Well,
Right,
there
thank you,
go.
darling.
Cracking
We're gonna bring this show to a close with a song by Long Tide from Barry. He's in the chat room
Jumped in
as
the chat
well.
room.
And I'll see you in the morning because you'll probably be in bed when I get in.
No, I've got loads and loads of work to do. I wasted so much time this evening trying to watch you guys.
Oh,
That is not time wasted. That is time well spent, I'd say. Anyone's book, personally. But hey, I've got to go home in peace.
Bye bye, darling. Love you too.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye. Oh, I think it's all
Brilliant.
Scott Mills. Love you, bye. He smiles me, says that. He really does. So fake.
We're good.
Never mind. We're good. Shall we say
I've done
goodbye
a
and play
screenshot.
out with Barry?
I think we will say goodbye.
Go see some sheep.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So,
dear.
thank you for everybody
Indeed,
for
to put up
tuning
with
in
it. It's
and
been
putting
a
up with
nightmare
it.
this evening.
But it's been fun.
Normal service will resume next week,
Will it?
hopefully.
This is normal.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to fix the studio again. Ours got broken, and what's going on? But yeah, feel free to come back next week if
Yeah.
we can't get into.
And where's Barry
the
playing?
payment.
Barry's playing at Bodmin.
He's playing at Bodmin.
Long Tide, aren't they?
Someone told me.
Bass driver put it in.
He put it in. I've got too many mouses on my desk at
So-
the moment. Somewhere in Bodmin, something. What's his name? Ox. What's his name?
The Ox something.
Yeah. He is there on live from 7 tomorrow at the Ox. What's his name in Bodmin?
Brilliant.
So
there you
you know
go.
what
Go
the
along
Ox-
and see
what's
Long
his
Tide.
name is?
Go
Get
along and
yourself
see Long
down
Tide.
there.
And then on Saturday, Luke's down at Menheniot.
Indeed.
We are again. I mean, we're just providing an ongoing gig guide,
We will get down there.
which we do every month
And,
in the Cornish Times. Get down and buy your copy of the Cornish Times and read Luke Middleton's interview.
Indeed.
It is
It's back on.
very, very good. Very, very good. And at the end, it's very, very touching.
He tells a good. It's not good. It's not a tale, is it? He just tells a
Tells
good.
his life.
He does,
Yeah.
which he's written down.
Yeah.
And he's set to music, so you can't go far wrong there. I think we should play out. We shall go.
Thank you, everybody. Toodle pip.
This is Pendulum. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Once every now and then I'm wide awake. I blow those doors You're just tired, son. Better rest your bones in the arms of sleep.